Hi, and welcome back to U.S. History with Mr. Snyder. Today we are going to discuss quickly the social and cultural trends of this Gilded Age we're talking about. We'll explain how new types of stores and marketing changed American life. We'll analyze the ways in which Americans developed a mass culture. And we will describe the new forms of popular entertainment in the late 1800s. So, this era is known as the Gilded Age. It's Mark Twain's famous term for America as having a rotten core covered with golden paint. So it's beautiful on the outside, like all the fun things we're going to talk about in here today, but it's rotten on the inside because of all the tenement housing and fires and dangerous things going on in the city. Conspicuous consumerism is the era that we're in, and it's because people have more money to buy things. The cost of living decreases, and so everybody can go out and buy all these new products and things that are made by machines. Advertising takes hold during this era, with stores that are advertising in newspapers to gain a following, money-back guarantees, and free delivery to rural areas take hold during this time. New department stores open, Macy's, Wanamaker, Sears and Roebuck, and they also put out catalogs to where if you don't have one, if you're in a rural area, you can get a catalog, order what you want, and they'll ship it right to you. And catalogs remained very popular right up until about, 20 years ago, maybe even 15 years ago with the advent of internet shopping. And as I said before, everybody except the very dirt poor was able to achieve a higher standard of living. And during this era, they are trying to basically live like the Queen of England, Queen Victoria. The rich are richer, and the middle class are imitate the rich class by trying to buy nice clothes and good appliances and trying to make their homes look rich. And also things that we take advantage, like their clothing, using prepackaged food, and indoor plumbing takes hold during this time. This is our first era of kind of a mass culture in which our household appliances, our toys we play with, our food, and the media we consume are all the same from house to house for basically the first time in history, and it'll continue to that point up until today. Newspapers. People begin reading the same things from day to day. And the two big newspapers in New York were based out of New York. Pulitzer's New York World. He started and Hearst's Morning Journal, and he also had to start the Evening Journal because it was so popular. This informs readers of the daily news and stirs up controversy with human interest stories and political scandal, bribery, and people want to read about it, so they're going to buy newspapers. Popular books and art of the time. Horatio Alger is a popular writer during this time, and he writes about characters that succeed through hard work. And Mark Twain also uses his novels to take a disapproving look at the Gilded Age. And we're doing all this reading, so part is because of public education expanding. Grade school education becomes mandatory, so our literacy rate in America skyrockets. And curriculum in schools begins including skills courses like woodworking and blacksmithing, civics in order to change immigrants that are coming to America into good American citizens, and business training. And finally, we have the what we did for entertainment. Amusement parks open up during this time, like Six Flags and Cedar Point today. Coney Island was one of the first amusement parks in New York. It's still there today, and it's opens up its first roller coaster in 1884, but they had a lot of booths and carnival games that you could play there, and it was a way for people to escape from the city without having to go all the way out to the ocean on summer vacation. Outdoor events like Buffalo Bill Cody's Wild West show. He's called Buffalo Bill because he earned a great reputation as a marksman for hunting buffalo. and he introduces Annie Oakley to the world. They travel all around the world telling about the American cowboy, and it shapes the world's love and romance with the American cowboy. And the city entertainment, vaudeville theaters open up. And vaudeville is kind of like, you can see here, a medley of musical drama, songs, comedy. They have animal tricks, etc. So it kind of reminds me of like a late night show today, and a little bit like Late Night with David Letterman or The Tonight Show. Kind of like those shows, but not very similar. But if I had to pick an option, I would say that that's the most similar to it. Nickelodeon is kind of an early movie theater. They would show very short movies for entertainment and charge a nickel for admission, Nickelodeon. And spectator sports become popular during this time, like baseball in the National League. They organized it into a business in 1876, and they have leagues and teams that play each other every year. Cities start to build huge stadiums that hold thousands of spectators, like Chicago's Wrigley Field and Boston's Fenway Park were opened in the early 1900s. And in addition to baseball during this time, horse racing, boxing, and football also become very popular. And that's a quick look at the social and cultural trends of the day, and I hope that you listened and filled in your learning targets, and we'll see you later. Have a nice day. Goodbye.